In the two-player Slush Fund 2, you are trying to use your wealth to influence various politicians. Well, the question is, will Slush Fund 2 be able to influence its way onto my shelves? I'm Nate, and welcome to my Dice Dungeon, where each and every single video, we are going to take a look at these games and determine whether they stay or they have to go. During a normal game of Slush Fund, you will have one of two options. Either you can contribute from your own fund, which means taking 3 cards from your deck, looking at them, choosing 2 to play, and then discarding 1 into the Slush Fund. So on my side, I can play cards in front of one of the politicians. I can also play these special ability cards, which I will get into in a minute. But essentially, you're going to play cards in front of each of the politicians that you're trying to lure to your side. The other option that you have on your turn is this growing slush fund. So we talked about one of the cards from your draw getting discarded into this pile. And what's going to happen on your turn if you decide to pay the politicians from the slush fund, you can go in, take all the cards from the slush fund, look at the ones that are there, take 3 of them, return the rest to the slush fund pile, and then play all 3 like normal. So as that slush fund grows, it becomes more and more lucrative to go and take a look and play those cards, but you have to play 3 of them. Now, there's different kind of special abilities that you will have in this game that can sway things your way or hurt your opponent at the very least. So there's the Accountant, which allows you to pick up any 2 of your own contributions and move them. So for instance, if I wanted to take that and put that there in front of the president, who is very, very lucrative, I could do that with the Accountant. And I'd also have to place the Accountant right there. There's the Hacker, who can exchange one of your legal contributions with one of your opponents on the same politician. Now, you'll see these face up and face down cards. One thing that I need to mention is the fact that these are legal contributions, and one on each side of the politician can be an illegal contribution, which gets placed face down. So your opponent doesn't know what you contributed. It's kind of a wild factor. So I could exchange this 2 million card with my opponent's 3 million card and have a little bit more influence by doing that. And then I believe I would discard that. There's the Spy, which allows you to reveal an opponent's illegal contribution and make one of your legal contributions illegal. So that's an ability. And finally, the Journalist. Now, the Journalist is kind of a unique card. And what you do is you place the Journalist underneath the politician. You can basically get dirt on these politicians, and as they have more journalists on them, their points start going down dramatically. So from 8 to 3 to 1 on the president. So that can really, really hurt an opponent if you start investigating them with the Journalist. So at the end of the game, once all the cards are played, you go in and figure out who has the most contributions on each representative. Then you go and you count up the points, and whoever has the most points wins. So the question is, what did I think of Slush Fund 2? Well, I have to say, the theme is fantastic. Just the ability to go and play down money to try to influence different politicians is really, really fun and very, very satisfying. That part we really, really did like. It is a 2-player game, so it's very quick. You can find somebody very easily, play this. Not too bad of a learning curve on it, but there are a few rules that do take a little bit of getting used to. And I would recommend just trying to find a video to watch those rules instead of going through the instruction manual. The component quality is great. The cards feel wonderful. Unfortunately, that's where my praise for this stops. The gameplay itself wasn't horrendously satisfying. We love the theme. We really did. We love the components. Great production value. There just wasn't something there. And I can't tell you what it is, unfortunately. I wish that I had a better descriptor. And I really wanted to like this game. The artwork is kind of so-so, not bad, not great. It was just kind of middle of the road. So, unfortunately, there are other two-player games that I prefer a little bit more. Pack of Heroes, which I will be doing another review on later on, is definitely one of those. So no spoilers as to whether that's going to stay, but unfortunately, this one is not. I'd be willing to try some more of these Dr. Finn games in the future. I think there's definite potential there. They're very small, a very independent studio. So I'd like to see what else they come out with. Just not my cup of tea, unfortunately. So, if you like this review and you want to see more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you later.